Hello everyone, I am Rhonda Divecha, an assistant professor of psychology and human development. And today I'm going to talk about the importance of adapting to our changing situations. This is important all the time, not just now. But now, as we're in the midst of the pandemic situation, I've called this talk The Virus is Mutating, but so can we. We have been hearing news about the mutant strains of this novel coronavirus. In fact, a recent news clip in the Economic Times said that the coronavirus has swept across the world, killing more than 1.5 million people over the past year, and it has mutated into different major groups or strains as it has adapted to its human hosts. Now, this is just one example, but there have been many such reports over the last several months in medical journals, in our regular newspapers, and all across the social media. So, I have a question. Can we learn from this virus? The virus is adapting, so why can't we? It is teaching us that mutating and adapting is what makes it survive longer. So let's use that very analogy in this new normal to not just survive but to thrive. We have been evolving as human beings from time immemorial. So this pandemic isn't going to stop us from evolving further. Let us remember one stark truth. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. This quote is attributed to a German philosopher right in 1888. But it accurately portrays the picture of resilience and affirmation for overcoming adversity. In simple words, we have to keep adapting and adjusting as situations around us change. Now, there are three questions we have to answer. The first one is, do I want to change? The second is, how do I do it? And the third is, when do I do it? So now the first one is figuring out whether you want to change. That's the first step. Now adapting is not easy. It takes tremendous effort. But what gives strength to that effort is will. Where there's a will, there's a way. However narrow that way, it is still a way. So you'll have to decide whether you want to adjust. There are a lot of people who complain and crib about all the difficulties in their lives. But sometimes when they are offered help to get better, they come up with dozens of excuses. Now, in such cases, it's evident that they don't really want to change. But the complaining and the cribbing possibly just fulfills their need for attention. So you have to decide. If you truly want to move ahead, adapt, change, and make things better, that will bring you to the next question, the how. Answering this question is actually going to solve all our problems. But that in itself is not easy. One way to begin to figure out the how is by connecting with people who have been through what you are going through. Like support groups. These give you major assistance as to how to adapt step by step. But this is only possible if you actually communicate your issues and not stay silent. Talk to people who you trust, close friends or family maybe, or read about success stories of others if you are not sure who to trust. There are scores of written material all over the internet, in books. There are songs, prayers, videos, and there are also therapists who can help in your specific situation. But you have to remember one important thing. One person's formula may not work for you. So you will have to, after checking out what they do, you will have to do a bit of a trial till you come to a solution that suits you perfectly. No one can tell you really how to adjust and adapt to your situation best, because each one has to decide for himself or herself how to do it, since each one's reality is personal and unique. But it takes persistence, so don't give up easily. You have to try another way and another till you succeed. Now, when you've succeeded with the how, when you've thought about the how, the third question is when. figuring out when. Now, whether you choose to change or adjust right at the beginning when things just become noticeably tougher, or whether you wait till later when things have worsened, all that depends on your unique situation again. But it's better not to put off till tomorrow something that can be done today. Remember, if we keep postponing tasks, tomorrow never comes. And suddenly you'll realize it's too late. And then this regret brings its own set of problems. So these were the three things. Whether I want to, do I want to change, how and when. Now moving on. During this last year, ever since this pandemic began, there have been scores of us who have experienced horrifying illnesses, lost jobs, some have lost family members and friends, or been reduced to poverty, some have been abused, and this dismal list just goes on and on. But there are also those of us who have thrived. There are some who have built new businesses or linkages, developed new relationships, flourished using their newfound talents. Some have made time to do things that they always wanted to do and love but never found time for before. And this list of achievements also just goes on and on. I have personal experience of close family and friends and myself who have been through both of the above lists, meaning we have had dismal experiences, difficult experiences, but we chose not to let that bring us down. So these people choose to overcome whatever difficulties by taking some path or the other to overcome those issues, and they have tried their best to cope. So these have adapted, and if they have adapted, so can you. Sometimes it may mean starting out in a whole new career, connecting with new people, maybe shifting residence, maybe even a shift to a simpler lifestyle, or moving on after a period of grief. But however hard some things may feel, it's important to remember that they are just a phase of life. Tough times never last, but tough people do. So choose to change in whatever way possible to help yourself. It could be eat better, think positively, follow safety protocols, or try a new career, whatever it takes to get you on the road to success. And remember what I said right at the beginning, if the virus can adapt, so can we. Do leave your comments below, especially if you found this talk helpful, and if you have identified ways of coping that have helped you, then others could also benefit from it. So do leave your comments. Also read my related articles that have been mentioned in the description below. Thank you. Stay safe.